I'm Steve Wilkerson. I'm with Jim Saunders, Executive Editor of the News Service of Florida. Jim, as we approach the end weeks of the 2014 gubernatorial election in Florida, we're in the debate season. There was one last week on Telemundo, the Hispanic network, another this Wednesday in Broward County, and then another on the 21st on CNN, which will be aired nationwide. You listened to the debate recently on Telemundo. Impressions?
I don't think there was any major groundbreaking developments in the debate. There was a lot of the back and forth that we've been seeing for months, the attacks on each other. But there were some sort of clear policy differences that I think have been out there for a while, but they've been sort of lost in some of the noise, if you will. For instance, there was a question early on in the debate about minimum wage, and Charlie Crist made clear that he supports a $10, 10-cent minimum wage. Governor Scott flatly said that he doesn't support that. He thinks it would cost jobs. That's an issue in a lot of parts of the state. There was another issue about the Cuban embargo, which Telemundo in South Florida, very big issue. Crist again reiterated that he supports lifting the embargo. He said basically, the sign of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again, and he doesn't think the embargo has worked. Governor Scott jumped on it and was talking about, how Cuba is a terrorist nation under the Castro brothers. So there were some issues like that where they drew some very fine distinctions. But on the other hand, a lot of it was just the mudslinging that we've seen all along. One of Governor Scott's he repeatedly went to this point of saying, Charlie Crist is all talk and no action, that essentially trying to say that, Crist had his shot as being governor and he didn't do anything or didn't do enough. And as a result, don't trust him again. On the other hand, Crist went after Scott on some not identifying with, if you will, normal people enough. Mentioned his mansion and, his private jet. And he also, kind of went after him a little bit on being untrustworthy from some of his business issues in the past.
People always ask one question about debates: who won? Has anybody called this a win for either one, or would you have called a winner for either one?
I don't know that there was a clear winner in the debate. I think both of them stuck to their messages. They didn't make any big mistakes, which probably is important at this point in a race this close. If you remember 4 years ago when Alex Sink was running, there was a famous episode when she looked at her BlackBerry in the debate, and all of a sudden that caused all this commotion about whether she'd violated the rules, and which in retrospect was not a big deal, but at the time it allowed an opening for the Scott campaign to attack her.
Got her off message.
It got her off message, and it made her look dishonest and all this stuff. So, there weren't any moments like that where there was anything that probably changed the tenor of the race at all.